Okay, forced proximity, one bed. Let's go. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Lindsay and I am a romance writer, lover and general enthusiast. And on the channel we're going to be deep diving into all things romantic comedy and just working out why we love them so much. So today we are going to be watching and reacting for the first time to the new movie on Netflix, which is Purple Hearts. I haven't seen much feedback on this movie. I have no idea what it's going to be like. From the Netflix trailer I've seen, it looks like it's a fake dating kind of storyline, which I'm looking forward to. I feel like we haven't seen that kind of storyline in a while. I feel like I've read a lot of fake dating storylines, but I feel like it's a while since I've seen one on screen. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I am a brand new channel and trying to find our audience and grow. So if you do like this video and you love all things romantic comedies and want to follow me on my deep dive journey, then please do consider subscribing, liking and leaving a comment down below. It will really help us grow and reach new people. So let's just get into it. Purple Hearts, here we go. I'm interested to know where Purple Hearts comes from. It seems like quite a rogue title. I don't really know what Purple Hearts could mean, so I hope we're told. Okay, yeah, so from the trailer I do know, I think she's a musician and he's in the army. She looks familiar, but I don't think I've actually seen her in anything. I really respect people who go into like the army and Marines and the Navy because, my God, hard work. I just don't see how that would be enjoyable. But someone's got to do it, so respect to them.
How we doing tonight?
Woo, yeah. The way they've recorded this doesn't sound like she's singing live. It sounds too studio recorded. Sweet Caroline is such a random choice, you know, but I guess American bar, it would probably be a crowd pleaser. I'm really feeling her jacket though. That's a look.
Cassie, and we are the
Cassie. I always loved the name Cassie. When I was little, I wanted to be called Cassie.
Cassie was just telling me how much she loves military boys.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so he's staring at her, so immediately I sense that he is going to be the one that falls first because he's already eyeing her.
Throwing some lemon slices with that?
How about you pace yourself, bro?
Oh.
No. Okay.
No.
Just no, it's not gonna happen. Never.
What's that about? Well, that means more of us for you.
Tempting. Let me
No.
check with my girlfriend. 3 tequilas and a Coke.
So we're good enough to fight for your ass, but not good enough to touch it.
Did they just order shots?
Okay, I'll excuse you. This time.
This guy looks really familiar too.
I'm Luke, by the way. What's your name?
Your waitress / bartender. A fun night, Luke.
Ooh. So I feel like another trope. They're almost implying it's the reverse of bad boy, good girl. So it would be bad girl, good boy. He just looks quite straight-laced, you know, he's in the army, so it's quite like, well, literally military, literally takes orders. They've not made her super punky, but they've made her like kind of edgy in the way that Hollywood finds it acceptable for you to be edgy, in the way she's got a few tattoos, she's got a bit of an attitude, you know, she's a singer, she's wearing black nail varnish. So that's what I sense is gonna be the kind of theme throughout this, and he is gonna be more into her than she's into him, at least initially.
I guess it's our job to go off and fight those battles for you, right? But you have a little peace stuff tattoo on your back to prove it.
On my ass, actually. Which you can't touch, but you can kiss.
Oh.
told me that I should reconsider my stance on men because if I marry him, I would get incredible health insurance.
Okay, and there's our first plot point. Because the advert told me she needs health insurance from him, and that's why they get married. I don't really see what would be in it for him though, but I guess we'll find out. Okay, diabetes. I had a friend at school who had diabetes, so I was pretty used to watching her do that every day. So, in America, right, you don't get free health insurance. Does that mean she literally has to pay money to afford diabetes medicine so she can, like, not die? And if she can't afford her medicine, what, that's it? They just wouldn't give it to her? Is that how it works in America? My God. In England, if you had diabetes and, you know, you need insulin, you were just given your insulin. You wouldn't have to put yourself in debt or anything to just be able to live, which I guess would ruin the entire plot of this movie. It's a bit like Breaking Bad. If Breaking Bad was just not set in America, it just would be like, oh, you have cancer, here's your treatment.
Insurance is not renewed, so I cannot refill it. So if you want to do it out of pocket, we can do that. Do you want to fill this time?
Hun. That was just the most offensive hun. No, like, America, gotta pay to live even if you've got a health condition that's not your fault. Guns have more right than uteruses. What's happening here?
Heard you joined the Marines!
That's such a pedo mustache. I've never seen such a Nazi mustache before.
Yeah.
Oh, you can tell
No,
he's
I'm
bad
not,
because he has a
Marine
neck
now.
tattoo.
No, I gotta be a good. I need that money. Don't worry, General.
So he needs money. I don't really understand if that's going to be the plot point for them getting married on his end. I don't know.
I'm playing with you, bro.
There's a lot of vests in this movie. Everyone seems to be in a vest.
Cause you didn't pay your rent? Well, I said don't open that. Your place is calling up. I love it.
She's stunning. She's so pretty. Just symmetrical. So symmetrical.
I'm a rebel just for kicks now.
Okay, she's gonna
1986 now.
collapse because she didn't have her insulin. Eyeliner on point though. Light bulb.
Frankie? Oh. Hello. You're not Frankie.
His shirt sleeves are rolled up high.
I was hoping that you might marry me.
Marine spouses get full health benefits. And we get extra pages for being married, like a basic housing allowance and separation pay, which adds up to be pretty decent, and we could...
Okay, there's the money.
Want to see me even more than I don't want to see him.
You know, the man would have to express some kind of emotion for me to know how he's feeling about you.
He made it pretty clear when he cut me off.
So they both have daddy issues. That's something they can bond over, maybe.
I'm losing my patience. I waited for you through stupid rehab.
Rehab. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for meeting with me. Marriage should be for love. Where I come from, it's for life.
Do you come from a fantasy land? Because where I come from, in reality, marriage is really just a pointless legal arrangement that turns lovers into enemies.
Or enemies into lovers. I do find it really interesting. That's a real thing in real life. You meet people who don't believe in marriage, and it's usually because they've witnessed marriages fall apart, like divorced parents, a parent leaving. They've known a lot of marriages fail, and those who kind of believe in marriage are usually the people who have seen the opposite and have seen really, really successful long-term marriages. Like my parents, they just celebrate their 40th wedding anniversary and they make me believe that marriage is a good institution. But I know people who have just had separated parents and really bad relationships with that and therefore don't believe in marriage and don't want to get married. So this is a real thing.
Look, I don't like you.
No shit.
I hate that he uses like liberal as a diss. No. What does that mean? He voted Trump?
This is already going to be a shotgun wedding. We're going to be on their radar. Act like we...
Like we like each other.
I think this guy kind of reminds me of Ansel Elgort, no? Suited and booted, my man.
Make yourself comfortable.
Okay.
Hi?
Sorry.
It was pretty cliche, but I liked it.
Socialism now?
You're really clever. Become intertwined.
That dress is see-through. Like, so see-through.
Oh, did you get rings?
Here. I want to be your husband.
He's proposing. He literally looks like he's like fresh out the womb. He doesn't even look 18, but he must be if he's in the army.
By the power vested in me by the great state of California, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Oh, here we go. Very small kiss. That would give me the ick.
Found some goddamn Arabs, baby!
You got a problem with that?
Okay, so he's just
Yeah, you.
racist then.
Down everyone of a certain ethnicity, which sounds kind of problematic.
Yeah, Cassie.
Yeah, lay into him.
Starting the pot.
Country,
No.
what are you doing exactly?
I don't know, apparently
Because
I'm
that's
telling
the
you
whole
to read.
mentality of boys will be boys, and maybe they are just joking and having a laugh. But if you let them off on that basis, then they don't learn that it's inappropriate. He's just joking, boys will be boys. But if boys will be boys, then where are the wise men?
Darling, I'm scared.
So is he mad because she argued and opened her mouth?
Check on that.
Because he should be mad at what that guy was saying, really. And if he wasn't, then it's going to be hard to like him. He's already made a lot of digs about the fact that she's a socialist. I'm not exactly sure what terminology they use in America. Is it Republican that's opposite?
Working through our differences.
There was a shift in her then, as opposed to him. Maybe he just smells good. Yeah, I think she's smelling him. Why have they been in their uniforms all night? Was that necessary for them to go out to dinner in that get-up?
I asked for 2 beds.
Okay, forced proximity, 1 bed. Let's go.
Scared.
Okay, so he's a super serious guy, and now he's showing some vulnerability, which allows for them to actually bond. She was really eyeing his lips there. Oh, okay. That was quite quick. I feel like there's still like almost an hour and a half left of the movie. This is kind of early. I would have preferred a bit more slow burn to them liking each other. Maybe they're just horny. I don't know. Yeah, like this scene is just really, really intense and romantic, but because we as an audience haven't had a really intense build-up through their relationship, that scene didn't make me swoon or really excited because it just felt a bit too premature.
So you're that guy.
Yeah, so I was going to say hopefully them sleeping together then creates more tension as opposed to making them like each other more. Maybe it'll do the opposite. There's some real 70s jeans she's got on. I like them though. She also has really nice like halter tops, which is a really specific thing to have a lot of, but she does. Oh my god, I could not be with someone who's in the army. I think it would be so hard because you can't even really keep in consistent contact with them. So you'd just be constantly worried that they were gonna die or already be dead.
Remember, from here on out, we're being watched.
Why has he got like a massive like rifle on his back? Like, why would he have that at this point when they're just getting on the buses to leave? Surely he doesn't need a gun right now.
Come on, one
Forced kiss right now. See, this would hit a lot harder if we hadn't seen that like sex scene. That was really nice and romantic, and it would have been a lot nicer if we know that they still hadn't kissed of their own accord, in my opinion, anyway. Do you think she'll start writing songs about him, and that's going to be like her muse?
Dear Luke, we fell in love so quickly.
My grandpa fought in the Battle of Iwo Jima, and my dad got a Purple Heart for being injured in combat in Desert Storm.
Purple Heart. Some sort of award.
Hey Luke, it's your boy Jono. Got last week's deposit. Keep faking that marriage. This shit's crazy.
So could someone not hear that message he just got? He's on about how their messages have to be, they could be monitored. Would that message not be monitored?
Someday, I'm gonna run a marathon in every major city.
That sounds terrible to me.
The only pet I've ever had was a goldfish.
Why did he have to spell night like that? Would it have been that much extra energy to just put in like the extra letter?
Hi.
So, how was your day, babe?
Babe.
I started to write a song.
Play it for us.
I wish she'd untuck the hair from her
Ciao.
jumper.
I love you.
Yeah, ditto. Love you too.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey.
Are you okay?
We nearly lost one of the guys today. Just got airlifted out.
Oh my god.
We could all use that serenade. It was pretty ugly.
He's gonna hear her sing and fall in love because he hasn't heard her sing yet.
We're drowning in our eyes. Don't know what we'll find. We're more than scared. I'm drowning in your eyes.
I feel like it wouldn't be smooth internet though. They're in the middle of like nowhere, Iraq. I feel like it would be buffering.
Hope you come back home.
Even the Kill the Arabs guy's impressed.
How we feeling, Oceanside?
Big hair.
Thank you.
Would they have this many like screaming fans? Like they'd probably get a decent crowd, but if these people have never heard them before.
Hope you come back home.
Okay, so we've had quite a long time of them just communicating and building like a relationship. So yeah, you can tell from just the tense, let's see here, that yeah, we're gonna get another major plot point. And I feel like we need one that like it's starting to drag. We need a big event. God, guns are terrifying, aren't they? So they're gonna play this song a lot, this movie, right?
Ma'am, I'm calling you because your husband has been wounded in action.
Is he okay?
His legs were injured during an IED detonation.
I wonder how injured he is. That was easy. Easy Googling. Same clothes, hasn't slept. Big boots.
Luke was wounded in combat. He was in Iraq.
He didn't even know
Deployed
that
a
he
couple
was
months ago.
deployed in the Marines.
You know, he had to listen.
I wonder if we're going to get more context into that relationship with his dad, because he didn't even tell his dad that he was enlisting. If his dad himself was a Marine, wouldn't that make him like, respect him more? I don't know.
So your skin grafts were successful.
Oh. Awkward.
Here you're getting a Purple Heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's an honor.
Purple Heart.
Your mother would have been heartbroken to see you like this.
Bit of a weird thing to say when he's down.
Until then, we have to make them believe this is a real marriage.
Okay, so the stakes have definitely increased then, because before they were just faking a marriage over emails and texts, and now they have to fake a marriage to family in close proximity. So there's going to be a lot of forced proximity and forced intimacy, which should progress the storyline along more and, you know, make them fall in love.
Frankie, he's same mission as this.
No.
He didn't make it, Cassie.
Oh no. Oh no. His poor girlfriend.
Lucia has been killed in the line of duty. He was 20 years old.
20.
His family says that they are proud of his heroism and sacrifice.
That's so sad. Don't show his girlfriend crying either, because that will just get me. Jesus. If you've ever watched a parent who's lost their child, it's just the most heartbreaking thing in the world.
Frankie bought this for you.
Oh, he's in his wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah, her like flat was up some stairs. Is she gonna be able to get him up there if they go to her place?
You're living in a 3-story.
Yeah. This is what I was saying. Does that just mean he's housebound now? Like, she's never gonna be able to get him out of there.
Oh, speaking of, our wedding night was memorable, but we gotta set some boundaries here.
Yeah, so that whole them sleeping together doesn't really seem to affected the plot in any way. Yeah, I think it just would have been better for the tension of their relationship and the build-up and the eventual payoff of them sleeping together would have been more satisfying had they not have had that scene earlier.
A wheelchair, 3 stories up.
Well, is this what's happening right now? Like, we're just living together?
I mean, she lives in a pretty nice place, considering she lives there alone, and she's like hustling and working multiple jobs and trying to pay for medical bills. It's a pretty nice place to live alone.
Not taking care of me. Please
Well,
don't.
you're living with me!
To avoid a court-martial.
I'd like you all to meet the newest artist we're considering for our label, Cassie Salazar.
So just her solo, as opposed to part of her band?
Thoughts are in mine, now they're yours. Look at what you've created.
Welcome home, soldier.
Oh, I forgot about this guy. So was he not there long enough to get paid? Isn't you'd still get paid if you got injured in duty? Okay, well, he's made a lot more progress than I thought he would make.
Look at you, doing so much better.
Yeah. You get a dog?
You crazy?
A dog is so much like responsibility though. Like if you just got given a dog when you didn't ask for one, you'd be like, oh no. They can't afford a dog. They're trying to pay off loan sharks or whatever. Dogs are expensive.
But you're winning. Listen, I know what's good.
A dog went and fetched it. Oh.
See? He just got sick. Oh my god. You're
What
walking.
timeline has passed here because he had his leg shattered and he's already walking. Like, I don't feel like that much time has passed. If they wanted to show more time had passed, they should have done a montage or something.
We're gonna need a montage.
Maybe I don't need the chaos of someone having my heart or whatever.
You don't believe in love.
Pretty cliche 101, isn't it? I mean, so what I said earlier, she's going to be a bit of a bad girl. She hasn't really been at all. So I guess that wasn't true. She's just spunky and opinionated. But like typically if you're going to have like bad boy, good girl or, you know, gender reversed version of that, then the bad person is usually going to be like, oh, I don't believe in love. I'm never going to fall in love. So this kind of fits that trope pretty well.
I'm picturing it.
Okay. So I feel like this is the first scene with like real progression we've had in a while.
2.
What are they eating?
3.
Jalapenos?
Bring it.
He's literally sweating.
Oh.
Was it just a piece of jalapeno?
Oh my god.
You lost.
I got something for you.
The like POV camera on her is kind of an interesting choice because it wasn't really overly like POV on him. It was just really intensely looking into her eyes. Okay, it's kind of like
Why
that on
would
him
anyone
now.
do that to themselves? I don't understand.
I'd prefer to see them both interact together on camera because this just kind of feels weird.
I smell the jalapenos coming out of your
Because
pores.
we're not first person in this
Take a
movie.
shower
Like I would have
first.
rather have seen them like that together on screen.
Okay, then take a bath.
Yeah, like for someone who's really struggling with money, she lives in a really nice place. She has a bath. Wish I had a bath. Ah! Should have been having like trousers on over that. Would they not be bandaged? I think her facial expression there was supposed to be like shock, but it like came off like she was a bit turned on by that gnarly leg.
I see how hard you've been working at it. And you'll run again, look.
Oh, so that's a nice moment. This feels like the most genuine moment they've had. Oh, they're near. And because he's clearly been living and sharing a bed with her for a while, but this is the first time we've seen them in bed. I would have liked to have seen like them sharing a bed, not in an intimate way. To then see that scene would have been a bit more effective, I think, because it would have shown the progression a bit more. Corona in a can?
She's my new favorite
Is that a
artist.
thing?
Are y'all thinking about having kids?
It's a pretty intense question, because they're clearly super young as well. I mean, that Frankie was only 20. I'd assume she's a couple of years older than him. They're definitely still in their like early 20s, mid 20s, absolute max.
I love the way you look at him. Just so real.
This is Cassie's mother? Where's Cassie? Can I reach her?
She'd not even tell her mum about this. And again, if he'd been staying with her for a while, the mum would have interacted by now, right?
The door and broke the window, I think.
Like, he's completely standing fine now. He's barely even got a limp. This is one of my biggest fears though, like having someone break into your house. Turn the light on or something. It's like in horror films, they just never turn the lights on. Oh, it's this guy. Could he not, I don't know, take out a loan just to pay off that guy so that you can then pay your loan back to someone who's not going to kill you?
You don't look right, Cass. You okay?
No, I'm fine.
Whoa. Hey.
So she's been caring for him and now he's going to care for her.
Open.
Why did I think he was going to put that in the machine? I was thinking, don't put glucose in it. It was okay. It went in her mouth.
That's what she said.
Oh, she's gonna be fine.
You're just going crazy.
Well, yeah, you would be a bit freaked out. Is that a clever thing to do? Would that not just piss him off more? Oh, not in the gammy leg.
This is everything I owe.
Oh.
We're done.
Yeah, something tells me that's not the end of that guy though.
I hope you know that. Hey, Frankie. You want to hear something crazy?
You're in love.
I think Cassie Salazar is my
Best friend.
I do.
So not, we're almost there. Just a little bit extra.
And how we're in a fake marriage? Threatening to turn us in? What? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Okay, so now we're getting to the climax of where everything falls apart and we need to then build up into the resolution again. So everything's about to just come crashing down so that we can have the resolution and the eventual I love yous. Stop, he can't go on a run already. How much time's passed? I really think the timeline of this movie has been really unclear. Just had almost like some chapters, like months or something. It's like even this band, like I'd love to know how much time has passed for them to get so popular. Like they have a lot of fans. He could have taken a long walk maybe first. The last time we had her performing like this, cutting back to him, was when he had the accident. So is there going to be some other sort of big thing that happens now? Oh, you did it. Well done, boo.
People out there, they're freaking out. Marina,
freaking
promoted for the
out.
Hollywood Bowl once you guys start. Florence and the Machine. This is massive.
Yeah, that is massive. Are they really this popular? Oh no, is this going to be this guy? Is he going to shoot him or something? Oh no. They know about the fake marriage? Because they can't be sending him back into the field.
Hello? Luke wants you to know that he's been charged with fraud and detained.
So Black, they like the guy he owed money to, probably. He should have just given him the money. I don't know why I had to go beat him up. I know he was mad, but it was just asking for trouble. They haven't even had time to like sort out their story. If they were sensible, they would have done it already.
BAH and FSA pay in violation of Article 132 of the UCMJ.
That's a lot of acronyms.
You may proceed.
This is going to be like his declaration of love now. Like the end of 17 again.
I coerced Miss Salazar into marrying me.
Okay, no.
I bear full responsibility and I am prepared to face the consequences of my actions.
I find you guilty. You will report for your 6-month sentence tomorrow at 1700 hours. Case to
That's not that bad to get 6 months in jail and obviously loses his job. Considering it was like fraud kind of on the government, it's not too bad, right? I mean, it's not ideal, but...
Husband and wife, you may kiss the bride.
Introducing Cassie Salazar and the Loyal.
Oh, so they're not just the Loyal, they're her and the Loyal. Like Selena Gomez and The Scene. Oh my god, that looks incredible. When you go to an outdoor concert in England, it's just rain. Okay, here's our montage.
Right upside down, but all the hell we've been through had a purpose. I was fine before you kissed me on the forehead.
I feel like this song is almost her realisation of her feelings. He's definitely already had his. I think this is hers. So she's going to come off the stage and want to be with him, maybe.
I didn't know, I didn't know.
If he's already been like sentenced, surely this won't really make much of a difference.
I'm proud of you, son.
It's interesting that Dad said he was proud. Was he just saying that to be nice, or is he actually proud that the son's committed fraud?
We vowed to take care of each other in sickness and in health, and we did that.
Oh. You gonna say it?
I love you too.
Thank you.
Mrs. Salazar.
Kiss. Okay, thank you. Oh, the dad's proud now because he got a wife. Like 6 months is a long time, but it's also really not. It would feel long, but it's not. That's kind of like what a normal deployment is, isn't it? They're usually deployed for about 6 months. The end! Oh, he looks better with longer hair. That tattoo's so like skinny that it will bleed really quickly, surely, but it's still a nice sentiment. Okay, this is a very long montage. So, that was Purple Hearts. Let's talk about it. So overall, I did enjoy that movie. I think it was a little, like, long. At certain points it did feel like the story was being dragged out, and there are certain plot points I think could have been done more effectively. Obviously the entire movie was their slow build to getting with each other, but I think it could have been portrayed a little differently. Like I say, the initial wedding night, I don't think that should have happened. I think dragging that out and putting that first time together moment later in the movie would have been more effective. But overall, it was all good things. It was good tropes that people like. We had fake dating, kind of like enemies to lovers. Their bickering made for like a good chemistry as well, because it gives off like enemies to lovers, which is just the top tier trope, right? I hadn't seen the actors in anything else before, but I think they did really well and they worked really well together. We had some pretty standard cliches of one of the people doesn't believe in love, the disapproving father, the kind of like rising tension of there being a literal enemy. They didn't necessarily need that guy, but it did add tension and a good subplot to the movie, I guess. Something I was confused in this movie was the timeline. Like, I have no idea how much time was supposed to have passed during this movie. Was it 6 months? Was it like a year and a half? Like, I literally have no idea. I mean, we didn't have any birthdays happen, no major holidays were shown, like we didn't have a Christmas or anything. So yeah, that bit I'm a bit unsure about. I wish that had been clearer. But overall, it was a good movie. Is it gonna be one that I rewatched a lot? No, probably not. But it was nice, it was enjoyable, and I haven't seen a fake dating movie in a really long time, I think. The last kind of one I can think of would probably be when we had To All the Boys I've Loved Before, but that's been a good few years now, and that was more like YA. It was about teenagers. So it was quite nice to have that fake dating trope on screen. So I really hope you enjoyed watching along with me. Let me know what you thought of the movie. I'd love to know what you guys think. Did you think the pacing was right? Were you confused by the timeline? And what did you think of the actors and the chemistry and the overall storyline? Because I'd really be interested to know what you guys thought. I haven't seen any feedback or reviews on this movie because it is so new. So yeah, I'd be really interested to know what you guys think. Also, pop a comment down below and let me know what you think I should watch next. Please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!